What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Formers Friday. A little bit delayed on this, but today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Fall of Cybertron, well, Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron, Deluxe Starscream here. This is one figure we had to wait 2 games for. We had War for Cybertron and now Fall of Cybertron. We're finally getting the Seeker Commander here, Starscream himself, which is very awesome. Come over here and we can see he's the 10th figure of this series. Come along back, you see Starscream in his Cybertronian jet fighter mode and spinning assault cannons that he comes with in the robot mode. The read-up says, there was a time when Starscream was an honorable soldier who fought for the defense of Cybertron. But long isolation aboard an orbital platform made him greedy and ambitious. Given the opportunity to once again lead troops, he gladly joined Megatron. G1 tech specs, and one thing I will mention, that is called the Neutron Assault Rifle. I've been playing Fall of Cybertron a lot. Is it accurate to what he uses in the game? I'm not 100% sure because I just play a lot online. So the class that you use in the game to play multiplayer online, his class is the only one that gets to use the Neutron Assault Rifle. That is not the Scrap Maker that some have named it. Regardless, that doesn't even really matter. It's still a cool weapon. Nice that it comes with the figure, but let's open up Starscream and see what he's all about. Alright guys, now with Starscream here from Fall of Cybertron in his robot mode, this is a very cool looking Starscream. I'm very excited that I actually picked this guy up. Now, people have had a lot of complaints about this guy as towards the paint scheme and things like back here with his wings, how they don't completely go back like they do in the game. Which, I will agree, that does kind of suck, but this is Hasbro we're talking about here. We're kind of used to this with them. So when I see flaws like that with a Hasbro figure, I try not to get so worked up about it anymore, just because I'm just so used to it. It's just such a common thing to not get as many paint details with them as far as with Takara. Now, the paint on here isn't shiny like Takara's, but it's really not bad at all. It's a pretty nice paint job for the robot mode for the most part. Now, one thing I do love is this head up here. It's just a little bit of tiny of light piping showing here, but it is so strong. Just I have barely any lighting, but you can see it's just very, very powerful. I just lift my finger and his eyes light right up. Very nice. I love that. Almost looks like it's battery powered, like he's blinking. But that's very cool. The wings here are nice. I do like them. But I kind of am thrown off that they're attached to the arms. They're not completely, but it's just like there's a hinge that pins them through the wings and through the plastic up here. So that kind of does suck. Now, you don't have to have this gap right here. You can hold the wing back and push the arm forward a little bit. It does let you manage it a little bit better. The head up here does rotate completely around, and it can go back because of transformation. I mean, you're going to have that ugly, I guess, swivel in there showing. So that kind of stinks, but really not too bad. His arms are on ball joints, but they're going to get caught in the wings if you try to go completely around. They do go out and in. He can bend at the elbow here. I think it's twice. He can bend at the elbow. Well, I don't know. That's kind of... it's below the elbow and above the elbow. Alright, that's because of transformation, more or less. Swivel here on the wrists. That would be able to go completely around if not for this piece of molding here, which is alright. No waist articulation. And that articulation for his arm obviously counts for both of them. Come down here on the legs and go forwards and back. And not a ball joint. It looks like a kind of a ratchet, but it's not ratcheting. So it must be a very weak one. Well, regardless, swivel right below that ratchet joint. Kind of ball joint looking hip right there. He can bend at the knees. He can go back. And no foot rotation that I know of. There's like spacing in here, and I don't know why. I can't pull it apart or bend the foot or nothing. He just has this little toe bit right here. So that's really about it for his articulation now. He does, you know, he is capable of getting in some nice poses, especially with his arms here, since he is able to rotate so much within them. Coming over here on the weapon, if I can get Starscream to stand up for just a second, if you would be so kind. Thank you. We have the... I forget what they call it on the box, but it's basically the Neutron Assault Rifle from the game. Now, the one thing I do love about this gimmick is the plastic right here and with the rest of the guns will rotate with each other. Now, one thing that would have been cool if there was a button you could possibly press to just kind of make them spin and then stop. Kind of like what they did with Beast Hunter's Shockwaves, you know, his gun, how that opened and closed. I'm not asking for anything to open, but it would have been nice if we could have had a button that made the spin. I mean, it's not really important. I don't find it a necessity, but it would have been nice. Now, I do like how these spin. That is very cool, like I said. He does have 2 pegs here, which the directions do show you to take his hands like so. And that's why they're extremely long pegs. Peg 1 in there. And then peg 1, if I can get it. Oh, come on. And then peg 1 in there. And then they separated. Because that's something I wanted to show you later, but I guess we're just going to show you that now because it's really tough to keep them together. I mean, it's just weird looking with his arms, as you can see. But that is some of the directions do tell you to do. Come over here and separate them. And bend them at the elbows. And you can have this a weird looking thing, if I can even get his arms right here. Rotate the wrist, there you go. And now he's got 2 guns. Okay. Again. Wow, it's a strong peg. Take it out of there. You can put it under the arm now. Do the same thing over here. And now you can have him, you know, kind of under his arms. I guess like he's some kind of tanker walking around with friggin' machine guns under his hands, which isn't too bad. And then you have tabs over here. Now, let's see if I can get this right. I don't want that detailing showing. If I put that one. So you're going to have to switch them out. And the reason why I'm switching them out is so that you can peg this in. These are really stiff and tight pegs in there, by the way. So you can do that. Now you have all the detailing showing instead of the underbody, which isn't really detailed at all. And you want to stick the short peg in these tabs. And then you can have that, which doesn't look really too terrible either. But my preferred way is going to be, just like in the game, forming the neutron assault rifle. There's a peg up here, I guess. Well, I was going to say maybe you could tab into each other, but now you only have half a peg. So I don't necessarily know what that's for. If anyone does, I guess enlighten me, let me know. You could put this obviously in his hand as well. Like this. Or like this maybe. Let's see. Yep, there we go. And you can have that in hand. And now it's kind of accurate in game. Like his hand transformed into the weapon. You can peg it on the forearm, but it just doesn't really look as good, you know, like it's transformed from his forearm as it does the other way. I mean, that's alright. But like I said, putting it in his hand is really going to make it look as close to the neutron assault rifle, transforming, you know, out of his forearm, like they do online and such. Now, let's push this arm forward, get those wings back as much as possible. Turn his head. Come on, Starscream. Let's, there we go. Now we got him standing up nice. And now we have him next to my custom Voyager Prime Skyquake. As you can see, Voyager figure, Deluxe figure. Obviously, there's going to be height differences, but you get the gist of it, of how tall Starscream actually is here. Now, for transformation, we can untab the gun there. And one more thing I want to mention, actually, before we get into it. These legs aren't really very sturdy. He tends to, I guess if I turn him that way, he's a little bit more stable. Yeah, look at that. Now he's pretty stable. But when I have him forward, like I want to have them, he doesn't really, you know, balance well when he has weapons in hands and things of that nature. So that kind of does stink. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Here's another point of articulation I missed. Right above the elbow here, swivel 360. Ta-da! But anyways, transformation. Tuck the toes in here. You could just lay him, guess it would be more, I don't know. Push them all the way in, or you can level them with this right here. Whichever you want to do. I think I'm going to do that just to make as if he has a thruster there. Come under here. You can pull this all out. Make sure you rotate his head back. Bring these up. And then you can see this all in here is all zigzag. You want to straighten that all out. Because this needs to tab into this section. And then you bring this up. Under here, flip out the nose cone. And I love the detailing in here, kind of like a robotic abdomen or spine or something like that. That's very nice. Now you can bring that like so. Tuck his head right in there. Tab these red sections on here. Bring his arms in. Rotate them. And you can curl them around and down like that. Do the same over here. Rotate it at that swivel. Arms down. Push that completely in so they're flat. Push this up. The forearms will tab together. Just like so. And you can store them back there. Take this whole section. Flip this back. You're going to see a peg there. There's a peg hole. I don't know why there's one on the side. If it's supposed to go like that, it doesn't fit if it's supposed to anyways. But you just take this and tab that in. Do the same over here. Make sure everything's all nice and tight. Angle the wings down. And now Starscream's officially in his jet mode. Now this is just, I like the molding. That's really not my issue. There's, people have complained about the hole in here. As you can see my finger in the background there. People complain about that with his head being there. Okay, I get it. That does suck. That's rather unfortunate that he does have, visible head syndrome, if you want to call it that. But other than that, I do like the rest of the molding here. It is very nice. It looks very close, as, Hasbro, I guess, could get it, to the game. It's very nice. I like the molded detail as well. My biggest problem is probably going to be the paint detailing. He's got the Decepticon, logos here on his wings, but he's missing them up here. He could have used some, I guess, bright pink highlights, kind of give that glow that they all have in the game. I guess it's more or less pink in actuality. Like right here, you could see there's some kind of detailing in there. That would have been nice in some things around here and up here. But overall, a nice figure. You take the guns here, and still, I don't know what the point of this peg is. I guess just to combine with other figure weapons, I suppose. And I guess these swing left and right. That's all you're going to get out of his feet, because that's what those are. And you could put them angled like that, and now they'll fully connect. Well, not fully, but there's still a gap in there, so that's unfortunate. But separate. And is it that way? Maybe it's over here. Like I said, I like to have the detailing showing. And he has these pegs on his shins, like on the side of him. I don't really necessarily know what that's for. I mean, you could pick the guns into him, but it just, to me personally, that just looks stupid. Take the long peg, stick this in here, fold that down, rotate those, and now you got his guns attached. That looks very sweet looking. And now just for a vehicle comparison, guys, I just happen to have my FOC Shockwave lying around. And you can see right there, in length here, they're pretty close. Shockwave is a little bit longer from the front here, but they're pretty close, and I think they look very nice together. Me personally, not just for the character base, but I just think the Shockwave figure is better, just because of how the weapons, incorporated, and the paint job. I think they did a really nice job with him, Hasbro. With Starscream here, his jet mode is definitely my least favorite of the modes that he has. Though I do like how it sticks to, the game. I just wish I had more paint detailing on him. But getting on to his robot transformation now again. Untab these. You can take these and stick them together. Just like so. Come under here and untab the feet. Well, leg sections I should say. You can flip the nose cone under. Flip this. Tab that in there. Take out his toes. And I guess that's a point of articulation. It's very stiff, but you can swing that in there. Now, once you do that, come under here, flip these up, and untab them. Same over here. Man, these are really stuck in there. Wow, that was extremely stuck in there. Alright, now you come around here, and you can see the head. Bring that up, flip that around, untab that section. And you want to kind of swing it like that. It's a weird set of arrangements to really get this guy transformed. Swing his arms down. Just like that. Now if you missed what I did here, from here to here to here to here was all one flat piece. I had to bend this down, bend that way, bend these two pieces together, and that was that. Then you have a little tab back here which just slots right into his butt pretty much. And you can bring these down. They won't tab in, they just kind of sit there like so. And now we have Starscream. Wow, and that really helped out with his stability. That's probably why I complained about it before, because I didn't know that you could arc his feet like that. Well, there you go. Now we have Starscream back in his robot mode. Now, all in all, guys, Fall of Cybertron's Deluxe Starscream is a very nice figure. It's so nice to finally have him for our War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron collection, because we didn't have the Cybertron in Starscream for War for Cybertron. We never got it. So to finally have him is definitely a big thumbs up. Hasbro's release is very nice here. I do like it. Like I said, he's missing some detailing that I really would have liked on it, but overall, the molding is very good. I love the head sculpt. I love the light piping. I love all the colors here. Like I said, could use a little bit more detailing for my personal liking, but it's still very nice. The transformation is nice and easy, I think, for kids, that they can still enjoy the transformation, as well as collectors. Takara's version for me, recently I've been doing a lot of, looking into Takara's Fall of Cybertron line, and I do like it better because of the shiny metallic paint jobs that they have given us, especially with Bruticus from Fall of Cybertron. But overall, definitely a nice figure. I mean, whether you pick up this one or the Takara version, I really think they're both very, very nice figures. But once again, guys, thanks for joining me for another Formers Friday. Subscribe. Like the video if you liked it, comment down below and let me know what you think of the Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron Deluxe Starscream. This is Mr. TF Prime, and once again I want to thank you for watching.